mining what I like to call the Plato rock, because I'll be damned if I can actually pronounce it. So forgive me for not being able to pronounce this. I'll send it about 15 clicks out, just in case. Which we can do now. I forgot to tell you guys that I got the scoped lasers at this point, so we can target stuff about 16 kilometers at max range out. So it's very, very convenient actually. And it's very, very convenient when you do very, very low sec. I'm talking orange to red. Technically we're in yellow right now, which is why we're doing this Plato rock. I actually found this Plato rock. I call it the Plato rock because the beginning of its name actually sounds like Play-Doh. But this Plato rock that I'm not even getting ready to frickin' say. I mean, I actually had to have Gemini say it just to hear the actual name for this rock. But this is some valuable crap. I mean, it's not on the same level as kyanite, but it is some valuable stuff when you compress it. So I think what we're going to do at this point is stick to the safer low sec regions and basically turn this into a profit margin. Just one load was worth about 600. So at this point, once we fill this thing up, once again, and we compress it, we should be up over 1 million. Actually over that, because we're gonna be over 1 million even before we get there. But what I'm saying is, when I compressed the first load, I'm pretty sure it was like 590 something. So rounding up, it was like worth 600,000. Of course, that's not counting the 7% tax fee and stuff like that, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't really like that tax fee, but I guess if you get massive amounts of the stuff, it doesn't really matter too much. But the tax fee at Jita is just insane, and the prices on the crap you can buy at Jita is just insane. Yes, I finally made it to Jita, guys, and we're working out of Jita, essentially. I made it my home base, so we're essentially working out of Jita at this point in time, which is nice because I'm working right out of a trade hub and getting the best prices for what I'm getting out here, and so it's kind of worth it. But at the same time, man, when you go to buy anything from there, it's just insanity. I'm going to orbit a little bit closer just because it's disconnecting, which is not really favorable to me. So I'm going to maybe drop this down to maybe a 10-kilometer orbit or something like that. That way it doesn't really stop connecting or whatever. Oh man, but the prices for freaking an afterburner at Jita is just insanity. Probably because, you know, the traders make so much money it doesn't matter, but I can't believe the prices on this trade hub. It's good, but at the same time, it's kind of bad at the same time, because it's highway robbery is what it is. I mean, sure, you have the 7% tax no matter where you go, but I'm saying, like, objects that you would buy are just insanity. 20 million for an afterburner? That's freaking nuts. And I do realize you have different levels of afterburners, but even so, guys, it's just the prices at Jita are just through the roof. And again, that's probably because the traders make so much money up there, it really doesn't matter. And we're just now starting to scrape the surface in regards to how much money we can make, because I actually sold that 8 million that we had before that was Vespar and tried to do something. I remember what I was trying to do. I actually bought some, what's called like, I guess you guys call it like gas huffing or something. I got some gas harvesters, but I actually need the money and the skill to do it. So, until I get around 40 million ISK, we're gonna be stick to mining ore. And what I plan to do is, unlike the previous rock, I'm actually literally going to fill this to the brim with compressed Play-Doh rock, as I like to call it. Because again, I'm not about ready to pronounce this thing. I mean, I know it when I hear it because I had Gemini actually pronounce it for me because I'm like, how do you say this? That kind of thing. But man, I'll be danged if I actually like the profits that you make off this Play-Doh rock, really, as I like to call it. It just, the amount of money you pull off of this rock is actually pretty decent compared to Valspar and everything else. You can sometimes find this in high sec as well. It's actually not too common in high sec. I've found it more often in some type of low sec build, but you can find it in high sec. I think it is a Caldari exclusive. Like, you have to be in Caldari territory to actually find this, because that's where it spawns regularly, I guess. But that's what I could tell when I was doing some research, that it essentially only spawns in Caldari space sections. But I do like the amount of money that the compressed ore actually gives you. Like I said, when mining this, we're not going to stop until this is freaking full, because I actually want to see how much money we'll actually make off of this. Again, this might be a little bit longer video because I really want to grind at this, but at the same time, I don't want to make it too long for you guys. But since we're switching rocks and making a lot more profit off of it, I do want to talk about it more than I do the other rocks, because everybody knows about Vespar and how it runs New Eden, all that kind of stuff. But honestly, it is a cheap rock. It really is. It's nice to see the profits off of the compressed ore, and you're making, a couple million here and there, but like, compared to the stuff you can get in low sec, it ain't crap. Last time I checked the market value on this particular rock, the raw form is worth about 30 ISK per unit. So it's definitely a lot more than Valspar. Valspar is only about 10 to 12 to 13 value. However, I do want to see what the compressed version of this is. Okay, market value 41 ISK per unit. So it's almost 42. It's like 41.70 cents basically, if we're being honest. I don't know what it would be called in terms of ISK, but it's like $41.70 if we convert it to a dollar amount. But again, I don't know what the cents configuration on ISK is. It might be 0.7 ISK. I'm not sure, but I don't know how they read the cents or whatever you want to call it. But it is a lot more than Valspar for definite sure. The only thing I don't like about doing this is we have to 9 times just to get to the place that I know has a compressor. If you guys know a closer place where we can not so far and come back and keep going, let me know in the comments, because I don't really like 9 times to perimeter just because, I want to compress my ore. If that makes sense. I would rather do a few times and then back in a few times than actually, do this 15 times back to back. Because 8 plus 8 is 14. Well, 16 actually. No, that's 15. So, as I was saying, I don't want it 16 times just to compress our ore and head back out of here, if that makes any sense. Alright, now I'm going to bring the map up here. Okay. As you can see, it's 9 up. And I really, again, I don't really want 8 times just to get to the compressor that I know about. So please let me know in the comments where a closer compressor is. I'll let you guys know when we get up there. Okay guys, we're back and I have compressed our ore as of right now, and the estimated price is 1,100,000. Welcome back. Let's head out here. Now we're gonna go back out there, get some more. I'll see you guys when we actually make it out there. Okay, we're gonna make the last couple over here and get back to work. Actually, I gotta get the drones out here now. Shit, get it started. Oh. Let's warp out of here because we don't want to get killed here. We'll try a different belt. I would stay, and I just lost my hobgoblin, but I got more at the base. So I'll just head back out there again. Not a big deal. I'll head back out there and, try a different belt. But I wanted to pick an asteroid, but then again, warping back in, I like to mine strictly that particular rock or whatever rock I'm going after. I don't like to have more than one type of rock in here, so I'll let you guys know when we start to work. Okay, we're starting to work again. We're about 13 clicks out, and I'm bringing it down to 10 just because that way it doesn't disconnect. And while we're orbiting, that's a decent sized rock actually. That's a real decent sized rock, to be perfectly honest. That is a decent rock actually. I do like the range on these, because if we have to, we can do that 15 kilometers, but then we're slightly risking it disconnect, which is why I usually go with 10, because you still have that range, but it's close enough where you won't ever disconnect, as it were. Anyways guys, I'll be right with you when we're half full. And this is the last time I'm doing this on screen, by the way. I almost said off screen, but I mean on screen. I'll probably keep grinding tonight, but this is the last one that you guys will see. That way, you're not watching the whole grind, because that would be, if I stop this at every episode, just stop doing this completely, we would be waiting forever for this thing to fill up. So I mean, it's gonna be forever for me anyway, but you guys would be watching like 50 episodes if we did it like that. So I'm gonna be grinding some more while you guys are watching this video here, and hopefully we can get a real decent turn back on it. I mean, it's 1,260,000 right now, which really isn't bad, but I want this one to be heavier than the Valspar run we did that ended up being about 8 million, because I wanted to buy the gas miners. Come to find out, I was missing the one skill for it. So gas mining is coming, guys. Just it's gonna be after this paycheck. And the reason why I say after this paycheck is because it costs like 30 million just to get the skill book, which is understandable because with how much you actually make on gas, according to what you guys tell me in the comments, that's a little bit understandable because your return is going to be absolutely insane. But I have to grind with the rock for now, and this rock actually has decent returns. I like this rock. It's actually worth quite a bit. Is it the most valuable rock? No. Kyanite is much higher, but we're not ready to go into very, very low sec yet, or null sec. So, we're going to be mining this particular rock or kyanite if we can find it. But usually kyanite is more common in the lower sec regions, lower than this region. Which reminds me, guys, my brother's gonna be joining me for low sec, so I'll have a escort to go in with me. So we will be going to low sec, hopefully very, very soon. Maybe even a null sec. It depends. My brother has now bought a destroyer with the money that I gave him. He's just got to figure some stuff out, and then we'll really start going for the more expensive stuff. Okay, it's drone time here. Come on, kill him please. Kill him please. I gotta increase the range on this. 15 clicks. I gotta get an afterburner for this. Seriously. If I don't, it's gonna, these guys are gonna kill me every damn time. Okay. It's time to warp out of here, guys, before I die here. Oh man, that was close. I didn't have time to call the drone back. That's alright, we got plenty of Jita, to be honest. But we're gonna have to get this shit fixed, and hopefully I can actually get an afterburner for a relatively decent price, because man, I need an afterburner. Seriously. Because I'm not going fast enough to... Alright. Let's go to the ship hangar. And get this fixed, please. Thank you. Get repair quote. And let's get this fixed. Jeez. I'm gonna insure this as well, to be honest. Insurance, please. I know I gotta pay money for this, but we're gonna make twice that when I'm done. I just want to get a afterburner. I want to see if I can't get an afterburner from here. Market. Okay. I don't have the required skills to get that particular one, but it's 7 out, but they got 53 of them. So I'm gonna buy one of these, and it's gonna, you know, cost a lot of my money, but that is perfectly okay. And it wasn't that bad, I guess. Wasn't that bad. Personal assets. Okay. I'm going to go get this afterburner, hook this up, and then essentially just go out one more time for you guys. I do have a, what do you call it? I do have a blueprint for a afterburner, but I kind of bought that on accident, to tell you guys the truth. I don't really like producing stuff, to be honest. I'd rather just buy it from other players, which, to be perfectly honest, I do want to say thank you for those who go into the grind with, you know, producing stuff and whatnot, because without them we wouldn't be able to buy the stuff we do. It's only about 7 junks away, which really isn't terrible, for being honest. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to stop by Jita because we'll be close to it, and get some more in there because we left them in space, but I had to bolt. I didn't have time to call them back. Nah, I'm not going to spend my skill points on that because it's so little. I might as well save them until they become quite a substantial load there. But I will be heading out again, guys, this time because of the fact that that was kind of cut short. And so, like I said at the beginning, it's probably going to be a longer video, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyways. I will try to cut what I can, but at the same time, I don't want to, like, cut too much either. I know all I need is the afterburner because all I gotta do is essentially turn it on, and then they won't be able to hit me because I'll be moving faster. So if we get some AI guys coming after us, we should be fine. Now, if players show up, that'll be a different story, but if the NPC pirate guys show up, we should be fine. Yeah, we'll be close to Jita at that point, so I'm gonna stop by Jita, load back up on the drones, and that'll be the end of that. And then we'll go out one more time for you guys. I think I might stop at perimeter just to compress what we have, and then we'll go back out just because that way we can have essentially a full hold to work with instead of just half of a hold being full. We can condense what we got and then just have more room when we head back out of there.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, let's get our stuff that we need here. Okay, fit the ship. Okay, now we got an afterburner. I'm gonna throw some more drones in our drone bay, and then we'll head back out of here. Okay, now let's undock and head back out. I know I was gonna stop at where we were, but that got cut short, so I'm gonna head back out there again. And you know what? I want to stop at perimeter as well. Now that I'm thinking about it, just get what we got compressed here so we can hold a lot more when we go back out. So I'm gonna the one to perimeter and get that compressed for us.
Docking request accepted.
Okay, let's get what we got, which really isn't all that much to be honest, but I do want to save as much space as we can before we head out there yet again. We got 30,000 units as of right now of this, what I like to call plate of rock, but I'll see you guys out there again. Some more plated G's. I'm not sure how to pronounce that really. 15 clicks away. I'm not playing around this time. Turn on the afterburner. Yeah, that afterburner makes us much faster. I know it's not the best afterburner on the world, but the reason why I got it, guys, this might sound like it's kind of an elementary thing, but the reality is, like, I found out that if I sat the ship about 15 kilometers away from the mining target and then orbited the mining target and turned on the afterburner, okay, it essentially made it so that they could not what do you call it? They could not hit the ship, at least in the lower ends of low sec, if that makes any sense, or higher ends of low sec in the sense of security level. So that's why I wanted to go get an afterburner, because I knew after the incident we just had and we barely survived that I needed to get one of those. Now, if anybody shows up, in terms of AI, we should be fine. And my drones will shoot them down because they won't be able to hit me because I'm already orbiting at such a high speed. Of course, there's afterburners that grant a higher speed, but they require more CPU and power grid. But essentially, I just need to make it hard for the AI to hit me, essentially, is what it is. And I like the profit margins on the returns for plagiaries or whatever it's called. And that's why I call it the Play-Doh Rock, because it has the word play in it, and I have a hard time saying the last part. So that's why I call it the Play-Doh Rock, because it's just simpler that way. And I don't know how much, several 100,000 units is going to be. If 30 something thousand units of compressed ore is give or take 1,400,000 something. Now that's counting the raw ore that we're getting now, but the point being the fact that we have so little of it technically. I wonder how high this will actually go, to be perfectly honest. But we'll find out in the later episodes, I guess. But for right now, I'll see you guys when we're halfway full. I like the range of these scoped lasers. I really do. It's fantastic. Because if you can hit a rocket 15 kilometers and then turn on your afterburner, it just makes it almost impossible for the AI pirates to hit you unless you go to the super dangerous places, and then it's a different story. And then they sometimes can hit you, but the yellow low sec, not so much. I do plan on going to the orange and red low sec with my brother. We will be doing that. Like I said earlier in the episode, we definitely will be doing that. But I gotta get him situated first before we head out and doing that crap. And that's when we're gonna start to make the real money. And I told my brother, I said, I will give you 50-50 with this. And the same goes for you guys. If you guys want to subscribe and like the video, and you guys decide that you want to join me, you guys can fleet up with me, and I will give you 50% of what the profits bring in, which can be a sizable chunk of ISK. It depends how long you guys are willing to wait. But if you guys have been liking the video so far, don't forget to push that like and subscribe button. It would help me out exponentially. And again, I do appreciate for all y'all that did subscribe. I appreciate it so much. I never thought I would make it to 1,600 subscribers, but you guys tell me I don't give myself enough credit, but I also realize that I wouldn't be here without you guys if you guys didn't decide to push that subscribe button. I wouldn't be here right now. Yeah, I put in a lot of work, I put in a lot of time to make these videos for you guys, but the reality is I have to stay on, realize where my blessings come from. The Lord God has really blessed my channel, to be perfectly honest. I can't argue with that. What I can do though is that I can say that the other half is from you guys. If you guys didn't subscribe, I would not be here. No question. I really would not be here. And I have to be super appreciative of that. I didn't realize that Eve would be so popular on my channel, but even that YouTube short I posted a year ago it still gets views and comments to this day. And it's really the main reason I got back into it. Because I started playing about 2 years ago before I became a YouTuber. But I never really put it up on YouTube for the first year because I didn't realize that there was such an audience for it, to be perfectly honest. But you guys proved me wrong on that part. No question about that. And of course, I got the War Thunder series, which we haven't done in a long time. I also have Aces of Thunder I gotta record for you guys, but I really gotta get used to the game before I start doing that, which I haven't played that game in a long time. I've been really focusing on Eve because of the fact that it is a grind and it takes a lot of time and effort to even get anywhere in the game. So I do appreciate y'all coming by and supporting me in that. Looks like my hobgoblin's still out there, and I got 2 more actually, in the hole, but I probably could call them back if, I was fast enough and I didn't have another 2 hobgoblins in my thing, but the truth is I can't because I got some other hobgoblins in the bay, so well, I guess we actually grabbed those. I just sent them to the Heart Cargo Bay, and it's still working. Holy crap. It got like 1,660,000 on that. Here's what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna decrease the amount that we're essentially just orbiting around to maybe 10 kilometers or so, unless some bad people show up. Then that will be a different story. But even if they do, to tell you guys the truth, the hobgoblins that are infinitely out there might protect me anyways. There we go, we should be in range now. Gotta turn the lasers back on. See, that's kind of why I stopped using the 15-kilometer mark, because it kind of almost overstretches it. And maybe 10 would be fine. If we're using Afterburner, they still might not be able to hit me, but when you're being attacked by enemies, it's just easier to keep that range going, which we're being attacked by enemies now. Speak of the frickin' devil. Or maybe I was just hearing things, but I thought I heard that sound, that classic. Oh, that's not cool. Right, so we gotta get out of here. They're still shooting at me. Great. The hobgoblins are working, but we're gonna have to change and the hobgoblins are taking them out now, which is giving me some breathing room. In all honesty, we might survive, but if it gets too low, I don't want to stay out here. And we just lost another hobgoblin because I just bolted off. But how much did we actually get out of that though? Almost a whole full load. Couple thousand off. That's not a bad haul. I'm gonna compress this and then we'll call it a day. So let's head back, I guess. I don't like the fact that, you know, I have to bolt before I call the hobgoblins back, but just really didn't have time to do that. Alright, I'll see you guys when we get to perimeter, because that's the only place I know where there is a compressor. So I'll see you guys when we get up there. And again, if you guys know another place we can go and find a compressor that's closer to here, that would be awesome. That way we can just go back to the Jita area just to sell instead of going 9 times across the border. I'm gonna see what they got in this mining area, because if they got some more of that mining rock that we've been going after, I'm gonna go get some more just to fill this load up here. If they got more of this in a high sec area, I'm just gonna grab it. And then, I mean, it's more plentiful in the low sec areas, but I'm gonna see what we got in there. We do have some. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and get this then. Should just keep bouncing off the rock here. Okay, we're mining again, guys. Getting the same rock we were getting. You know, I'm gonna start putting it at 15 kilometers again. I'm not going below 15 kilometers because, oh, here we go. Of course. Okay. Now, gotta turn the afterburner on. There's a chance that I might disconnect here. But, yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. Oh, come on. Dang. Okay. Spoke too soon. Oh, boy. Shit. Where is that? Guys, I always get tense when, stuff like this happens. So forgive me because I'm tense right now. 15 clicks. Our shield is almost completely regenerated, which is fantastic. I think we might have shot that pirate down, to be fair, because I don't see him anymore. Which is good, because we didn't have to bolt. We didn't have to bolt, but I'll tell you what, there's no more 10 kilometers, man. It's going to be 15 or nothing. I'm telling you. Because that's the only reason we survived, to be honest. But at the same time, $15 seems to be a little too much, to be fair. So yeah, let's go 10 kilometers, and then if something happens, we'll go more than that. We're almost done anyway. We're almost done, guys, with this load here. And I do apologize for the length of this video. I'll try to cut it down for you guys some more. But I think it's time to call the hobgoblin back, actually, because we're so close to being done. So let's call it to the drone bay so we don't leave him, and then we'll finish up this job, compress it, and then we'll call it a day. It's crazy though. It can be real iffy up here, but it's definitely worth it. Turn off the afterburner since we don't really need the speed no more. As you can see, guys, I can handle myself in low sec, but it's a little iffy right now. Oh boy. Alright guys, we have 47,000 units of this compressed plate of rock, as I like to call it. But I'll see you guys next time. That episode was a little bit hairy, I'm not gonna lie. So as you can see, until I get some better shields and armor, I could use the escort, I could use the help. So if you guys want to help me out, fleet up, join me for these videos, that would be appreciated, and it would be encouraged, to be honest, because who doesn't want to be a part of a YouTube video, right? I mean, Who doesn't? So I will see what you guys say in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. God bless you guys. And always remember, I love you guys and always will. I am a Christian, so I'm a very loving person. I'm not afraid to say it. Yes, I'm a Christian. So God bless you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.